my own personal journey, the mantra, bloom where you are planted, is what got me off of my bed of excuses and onto pursuing my dream of singing. I had every excuse in the book early on. I was living in a very small town, not New York or LA. I lacked sufficient training, so I thought. I had nothing but desire. And I remember complaining and moaning to my grandmother, and she said, bloom where you're planted. There's nothing too hard for God, and if God wants you to be a jazz singer, He can handle you in Durham, North Carolina, just as easily as anywhere else. And I have taken that journey step by step by step. In the introduction, awards and wonderful moments on the journey have been mentioned. 6 Grammy nominations, performing here, performing there. But I've learned over the years that it is truly, truly about the journey. We've heard that we are in very, very dark days right now, that budgets are tight and things are more difficult than they have ever been before. But it has been the dark days. It's always been the dark days that have given us the fuel and, yes, that trampoline energy to go forward. To go forward and reach for the grace of great things. I remember in 1990 when I was having my own personal crisis of confidence, but also it was a crisis that found its way into my bank account. No gigs. During that year, I founded the Baby Song Workshop at Duke University Medical Center because there was that space in my life where there were not a lot of opportunities to perform, to do what I knew to do best. A new opportunity emerged. And it started just with a thought. I made a phone call to the cultural coordinator, volunteer position, mind you, at Duke University and asked if there was an opportunity for me to volunteer. My special interest was in very, very young babies. So initially I wanted to go in and sing to the babies, especially premature babies, thinking that it would add to comfort. What I found was that the neonatal nurseries were so loud, so many beepers and other equipment making noise that my little voice couldn't be heard. So we reformed the project so that I could go into the moms' rooms and actually sing to the moms. They would sign up a day postpartum if they wanted me to come into the rooms. And what I found was that it was the moms that really needed the song. And that evolved into the Baby Song Workshop, where I worked with mothers, encouraging them to use their voices to nurture and to really wrap love and good energy around their babies. Babies are able to hear from about 6 months gestation, and research suggests that they have a better memory for melody than they do for language. And so it's a very, very important thing that we do to encourage our young people and to wrap our loving voices around them at a young age. And so that's a personal example of the reach of the grace of great things, even in times that are difficult. This past year, I have an expanded understanding of the grace of great things. In 2009, my mom received a very scary diagnosis. And through her illness, I've embarked on a new journey. We've embarked on a new journey. About 18 months ago, I could see the road ahead because of the booking cycle. We all know about that, don't we? Because of the booking cycle, I knew that this year was going to be a year that didn't have as many gigs, and that I would have quite a bit of time on my hands. There would be fewer opportunities to do what I love, and I could see that from pretty far off. What I could not see was that my mother's health was going to decline, and that a new journey called cancer was about to come. Once again, the grace of great things. The first thing I think I can say I've experienced in this 13-month journey is a reshaping of time. And I ask you, as I tell you this story, to look at your own dark places, because this one thing about dark places, it doesn't matter what you call it, they're all the same. They're all dark. A reshaping of time is a gift of this past year. And a questioning came along with that reshaping of time. Is this really what I want to do? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Why can't I get some more gigs? Maybe I'm too old. Maybe there are other voices out there that are more interesting, hipper, more sinuous. And with that inner exploration also came a time to really clean my office. I came across hundreds, literally hundreds of programs, thank you notes, photos of a younger me. I threw those away. Old budgets, old press clippings, just all of the paper that we accumulate, letters from some of my young students, some portraits that were done by some 6th graders when we were doing a project on Billie Holiday, and they all wrote protest. We worked with Billie Holiday as a theme for the entire year, and when I came in about May, they had already been through Billie's whole life, and they knew Strange Fruit, and so they all wrote protest. They drew protest posters and wrote poems. It was just a really beautiful experience. I never threw those things away, and had really forgotten about them. In going through all of those old papers, and yes, tossing out quite a few things, I realized that my work in education and my work on stage as a singer is absolutely what I need to be doing. The grace of great things also brought me more time with my mother on this journey. Holding hands, going in for treatments, going in for conferences with her doctors to find out what did the test results say this time. The grace of great things we discovered together. Are you scared? No, I'm not scared. Are you? No. Scared, huh? Yeah. New meaning was given to waiting rooms. Drab, dull, lifeless. What color is that carpet? I don't know. It's not green. It's not yellow. It's not brown. It's like no color. Colorless walls, people in various stages of grief and fear, and the whole place feeling like a place not to be healed, and CNN blaring on the entire time. We made up a game, my mom and I. we were like forensic scientists. We were looking for some beauty. There's got to be something beautiful in here somewhere.